Soil pH is not just a number to fix. Do you know if you have acid or alkaline soil? Or have you always just considered that it's just a number that you keep adding lime? Hi, I'm Sari Lampinen, a garden and landscape designer here in Garden Design Stories. And this is the question I often hear with my clients. I have an acid or alkaline soil, just I keep adding lime every other year. But it's more important than that. And there is more in this because if you consider pH, soil pH is an indicator about the soil. And soil is the growing medium for our beautiful plants. And it also gives the clues how to choose plants that will truly thrive in those growing conditions that you have. And I would think that as a gardener, it would be so important not to fight against the garden's growing conditions, but when you start thinking that, yes, I have this certain type of garden, or my client has a certain type of garden, I keep working with it and choosing plants that will naturally thrive in those conditions. And I think that makes everything so much more easier. It gives yourself a framework to start designing and choosing plants to make everything look very coherent, but it also makes the maintenance much more easier in the future. The neutral garden soil is from 6 to 7, and this is the best overall garden soil for most of the plants that you grow. But if you want to have something specific, those plants that really are acid loving, light hydrangeas, blueberries, rhododendrons, heathers, you know that you need a certain type of pH number in your garden or in your raised beds or pots so that you can grow them. Or if you have a slightly alkaline soil, you know that it's a perfect place for different kind of clematis, different lilacs. Most of the junipers thrive there. So it's again a different type of plant groups that are chosen in that kind of soil. And often home gardeners might think that I love this plant. I should be able to grow it anywhere in my garden if only I start improving the soil and change it so that the plant will thrive in my garden's conditions. Instead, it would be better to think and flip the script and think like a garden designer would. That my soil has this kind of nature, it has certain characteristics, and I would be working with them and not against soil's nature. In that way, you start choosing the plants that really will thrive in your garden. And it feels maybe like a very small detail, but it has a huge effect on your garden in the future years when you think about trees and shrubs that will grow in the same spot for a very long time. So this might be something to consider when you next time start choosing new plants to your yard and maybe check the pH of your garden. So this was all for this time. And if you want to read more tips and tricks and ideas and learn to think like a garden designer would, you can check, for example, blog posts and resources in the gardendesignstories.com website or follow along here in YouTube. I would love to have you along. Happy designing and gardening. See you.